again, that's the same thing. And people do get anime burnout syndrome. What am I going to do with my life now?
エースが死んじゃった時もうなんかもうちょっとジャンプ見たくなかった。
Hey guys and girls, this is Kathy Cat. Greetings from Tokyo. And this time we're in this wonderful surrounding here in Tokyo. We're feeling a little bit as if we are in an anime or a manga. But did you know anime and manga can make you sick? And we're gonna find out what kind of sickness syndromes there are. So let's go and make up.
始まるよ
Number one, the これなしね。なしだからね。Number one, the anime burnout syndrome. Now, burnout syndrome is generally when you lose a lack or motivation to do anything. You don't want to do anything. Nothing. And you can't even think of anything that you would want to do. You cannot even get yourself excited to start something. Like a pro baseball player who retires and then does nothing for a while and really has struggles of getting excited again. That's the same thing. And people do get anime burnout syndrome. The anime burnout syndrome occurs when a fan is so much into an anime that they spend a lot of time with that anime, and once that anime or manga finishes, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to react. And that's generally for longer series. For example, Naruto, Bleach, series that have been going on for a very, very long time. Once these finish, some people just fall into a hole because they've been cheering for it, they've been rooting for it, they've been waiting every week for an episode to come out, and suddenly that thing that they had all the time that they felt so passionate about is over. It's gone. There's the end. So they don't want to do anything anymore. They don't want to have food, they don't want to go to school, they don't want to do anything at all. And that's the anime burnout syndrome that some otakus in Japan are getting. To make you understand, think of the feeling you have after you binge watched a long series for a very long time, and you've been following that series for a very, very long time, and it's suddenly over. You're like, what am I going to do with my life now? What am I going to do? I guess for me that would have been something similar, maybe not as extreme, but I know that for me watching Sailor Moon, bless you director, in Germany was a big deal. So me and my friends would always talk each other after the episode if it was a really good episode. We'd look every day towards the time when that was on. We followed the story, the characters, it got more and more intense, and over such a long time we all identified with it. You know, at that time, mind you, I was doing Sailor Moon musical as well, so the whole Sailor Moon storyline. But once that series finished, it was like, it's over. It's gone. And it's been such a big part of our lives. What are we going to do from now on? Now, we knew the story was going to end sooner or later because it had happened way before already in Japan and Italy. All the other countries got the anime way before us. But it was still a shock that it was over. And so we had to kind of go like, what do we do? Do we just like quit doing Sailor Moon musicals? What do we do? So it was a big deal to us, and I think it's so sad to see something that you feel very passionate about and that you identify with so much is suddenly ending, and you're going like, okay, what's the next step? Demon Slayer in 2020 became the biggest grossing anime movie of the history, and that during the current state of events. So many people went to watch the ending in the cinema, and due to that afterwards a lot of people experienced the loss of it. So the Demon Slayer loss became a tag name here in Japan and on Twitter, and similar people call nani nani do something loss in that connection. So for example, when Haikyuu finished, which was very popular with the girls, people had the Haikyuu loss feeling of it. Oh my god, it's over. What do I do next? Or another one was the Naruto loss. Once Naruto was over, because Naruto been running for such a long time, and suddenly it's gone. And some people got very upset, and some people really did not do well after that. But this apparently does not only count for the end of an anime season or a manga season, the end of that era, but also if one of the characters that you've been rooting for a season and that you find really good suddenly dies. So, Burano Buchini? Burano? So, for example, from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Bulono Bucciolati, when that character died, a lot of girls in Japan were very, very upset. I don't know. 知らんごめんなさいありありありありありありありありべてるちありべでやちなんで泣いてんのどうしたのなんかごめんなさいありありありありありありあり Now that can be for losses of characters that you kind of know are gonna die or for characters that totally take you by surprise. So, for example, the shock of the loss of the girls in Madomagi, I don't want to spoil too much, is a different shock of the loss of a character where you kind of know what is gonna happen. So, for example, Menma and Anohana, the flower we saw that day, you know she's already dead and she's there as a ghost, but still that loss just drags through the whole movies or series and it kind of keeps hurting the whole time, and when she then finally goes, that's just another point when you again feel sad all over again. What anime loss have you experienced? Which anime or character has gone and you're very sad about and has kind of affected you? Let us know in the comments. Now, online it is said that actually Neon Genesis Evangelion is one of those anime where you do not experience the same type of loss, because if you watch the very first episode, you don't know what's going on, and you watch the last episode, and you really don't know what's going on. So because you don't quite grasp what the story is about and what's going on, you don't feel that kind of loss. And today we have a guest. 自己紹介。
はい、まこです。
エヴァ見たことある？
ある。
じゃあ初めてエヴァを見た時の感想を一言で。
わからない。
最近の劇場版も見た？
見た。ジョーハー Q は見てる。はい、見てます。
それ3つ見終わった感想は？
わからない。
なんかアニメが終わって、もうやだなった時とか、キャラクターいなくなって、もうやだとか、何かロスの感じたことについて聞いてます。
ロス？鋼の錬金術師のヒューズ中佐かなが死んじゃった時にあーってなったで燃え尽きたのと当時のワンピースのエースが死んじゃった時もなんかもうちょっとジャンプ見たくなかった
ちょっとジャンプ置いといてやだみたいな
感じにはなってたかな。推しが死んだらもうなんかもうどうしようみたいなのがいつもあったけど、なんとかして生きて
超えないと
先が見えないしみたいな、せっかく残してくれた世界だからっていう風になってなんとか生き残った。
お疲れ様です。
So, what is your anime loss, manga loss, or character loss in a season or series that you love and it kind of affected you a little bit? Let us know in the comments down below. Looking forward to finding out. Don't forget, subscribe for more and tick the notification bell so you don't miss it. And give us a big like to say thanks. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you soon with more stuff from Tokyo. This was Kathy Cat. Bye!